Hi. I wanted to put some music in the background so it doesn't sound so weird, but now it's distracting me because this is like my favorite song. I'm gonna turn it down. I wanted to talk about like double standards for things and how there's a lot of double standards in our community. I think is that an ad for Spotify? Oh my gosh. Spotify, no. Spotify. Okay. There's a lot of double standards in our community of how we treat trans people or how we treat cis people. Because there's so many slurs for trans people. So many. And it's always offensive if you say those, always, as it should be. But then if you can call cisgendered people sissies or cis, I don't know what the other one is, it's like cishettes. But it's kind of like, it's kind of off. But if you, I don't know, there's so many messed up words that you can call a cis person, and people are like, well, trans people have earned that right because they got hurt by cis people. But that's not how that works. It's not like somebody hurt me so bad now I gotta be an asshole. That's not how life works. So that's like if you got beat up by a trans person, you can't go around saying like horrible slurs about trans people and saying all trans people are shitheads. People would freak out about that. But I've seen trans people who do the exact same thing to cis people, and they're encouraged and they're like built up for that. They said, oh, that's okay, you've been really hurt. And it's like, pushing for violence isn't helping. Pushing for mean words and people being rude to each other is not helping the situation at all. And there you go again. Spotify, bro. And I don't like how there's a double standard to everything. I like everybody's standards being the exact same. I like expecting the same from everybody, and letting trans people get away with so much by saying you can basically put down, or especially white people, not white people, black people, you can put down, and the minorities of this world can put down the majorities because they've been hurt by the majorities. That's not true. You can't do that. I mean, you can, but it still makes you an asshole. Like, you're still just being rude. Just because you're a minority and maybe because things have happened that are bad to you, that doesn't mean you get the free reign to be rude. Because bad things have happened to, like, everybody in this entire world. If we all acted like how people treated us, we would be treating everybody like crap. But you have to remember, like, it's funny that this community makes so much fun of cis straight people, because obviously not both cis straight people are in that community. There is still cis people in that community and straight people in that community, because there might be a cis gay person or a trans straight person. Did I just say that right? A trans straight person or a cis gay person, yeah. So they're still part of your community, but it's like you make so much fun of them, like they're not part of it. It seems like they're trying to make the community so condensed into you have to be trans and queer to be accepted in this area. And that's really unfair and really discluding to a lot of people who really want to be in that community and belong in this community. And it's rude. I just don't like people spreading hate as okay, because it's not okay. It's not okay to be mean to a cis person, just like it's not okay to be mean to a trans person. Just be collectively okay and nice to everybody. It doesn't seem that hard, but it really is for some people. Like, don't make a lot of hate slurs, and don't say that you want to kill all the men in the world. because men exist, and so do females, and it's just, why is that okay? Why is that okay for one part of a community and not for the other? Let's try to make some kind of overall goal of being happy. Because the whole point is, if you go pointing at somebody else and saying you're an asshole, or you're a sissy, or die cis scum, then you're doing exactly what those people did to you to put you in the situation that you needed a community to feel free from them. You're putting them in a endangered spot. They're not really endangered, like life threatened, but they might be someday. Like, it might become so popular, not popular, but like so common to be trans that maybe 50, 100 years from now, cis people will have to have a community and have a pride because they were so threatened by us because we encouraged so much hate to them, and it just kept going and it got progressively worse and worse. It's not okay to encourage violence, ever. Even if it's in a joke, a really scary kind of murderous joke, but don't do that. I feel like it's important for all of us to at least kind of recognize what we're saying before we say it. Just a little bit, just to where you think about it and say, well, why should I be saying that? You know, that's not very nice. Even if you have been really hurt, oh my god, Spotify, I'm gonna fucking kill you. There we go. Even if you have been really hurt by somebody who is straight or who is whatever, it doesn't make a difference, you know? You're supposed to be putting out happiness. And I find that important. It's important to strive for happiness for everybody and not have breaks in the community like this. Obviously, trans people and gay people are at a way higher rate of death and danger, but I feel like it's like a cornered dog or something. We're so... I'm just gonna close you, Spotify. We don't want you anymore here. We're like a caged dog. We're so scared about what's going on and that life is endangered that we're lashing out and attacking other people. We're separating ourselves and saying all cis people are horrible and all straight people are horrible and I don't want anything to do with them and you straight people are gross. You're creating a divide. The whole point of dividing is to make things separate and to make people notice differences. And it's almost like once we notice differences, we get angry about them. We say, you're different from me and I need to go over here and I can't be with you. And we make rifts in our communities to where it's no longer applicable for us to be friends or us to be together. And that's where it starts. And that's where everything from our society just starts breaking down. We shouldn't take like the shooting in Orlando or something as a war. It shouldn't take us, everybody carrying around guns, everybody acting like we're in a war. It should embrace more of a peace. We should understand peace better from that. We should embrace our own feeling of forcing love where there was none. That was a horrible thing that happened, and to just be able to say, I'm not going to turn this into a war, I'm not going to internalize this pain and make it into anger against them, and just say, I'm going to live a peaceful life. That's way harder than it should be, but it's so much more important than taking it as a grudge and saying all Muslim people who are straight, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna hate. You have to like forgive and forget, I guess. Or not generalize and say everybody's like that person. Some people are pretty messed up, but it's good to be kind to everybody before you know. Well, that was way later than I thought it was gonna be. I was like, yeah, I'll get to you in a couple days, and it's been a month. So it's really awkward filming here, and I don't know why, but But I'll probably get back soon. I'm trying to get back sooner now, and hopefully not a month. We'll figure it out. Bye.